Hi friends, so I'm here to talk about egg donation. It is actually my third day of injections, but I'm gonna rewind and explain egg donation a bit. So they extract the eggs from me, they fertilize them, and then they put them inside of the intended mother. It depends on what state you live in. They compensate you, I think, anywhere from like $2,500 to 12 grand the first time you do it. I'm in South Florida, so the agency I'm working with, they pay you $8,000 the first time you do it, and then 10 grand the second time if you decide to do it again, and it goes up from there. The first thing you do for egg donation is you apply. Generally, you have to be between 21 and 30 to donate. So you apply online, you're filling out a profile. It takes about 30 minutes to an hour. You're filling out, everything from your medical history and your family's medical history to your favorite color, to your spiritual beliefs, your favorite animal, your education. And then the second thing you would do after that's approved is go in to do an ultrasound and some blood work. They do an ultrasound to make sure that you have a lot of follicles and that you're a good candidate for egg donation. They do blood work, and then you pee in a cup to do a drug test. After that, you're basically waiting until a couple picks you. A couple actually picked me right away this time. I had applied about 2 years ago to an agency in California, in Santa Monica, but a couple never chose me. I waited for about a year, and then I applied in South Florida, and within a week I got chosen by 2 people, so that was cool. The third thing they do after you're chosen, they did a psych evaluation. So we set up like a Zoom call where they basically monitored me while I answered about 500 random questions. They do genetic testing, so they take more blood from you, and then they just test you to make sure you're not a carrier of any really serious diseases. So after you're done with all that, that whole process took me about 3 to 4 months personally to go to the appointments and to get everything done and for everything to come back. And then what else? They put me on birth control. I don't like birth control, but you have to be on it for usually about a month, sometimes 2 months, because you have to sync your cycle, your period, with the intended mother. So I had to be on birth control for about 30 days. And then as soon as you stop birth control, you go into the office again, you do another ultrasound, some more blood work, and then they send you your medication, which is injections that you have to inject yourself with for about 10 to 12 days, I think it is generally, depending on how your body reacts to it. Everybody's different, I think, but I do one in the morning and one at night, which I will show you guys. So I just washed my hands. This is the pen. So you keep it in the refrigerator, you open it. My dosage is 150, so all you do is literally turn. Let me make sure I do it to the right. You turn it till it says 150. Well, that wouldn't, listen to your doctor, of course. That's not everybody's dosage. And then you open this needle. I just took the paper off the top. You puncture it in there. And then you just twist the cap. Oh, fuck. Okay. There we go. So you just put it on there, stick it in, twist it, and then there's the needle. You're supposed to press it a little bit until a little droplet comes out. So you take your little thing of skin, wipe it off with some alcohol, and then you just put the needle in, push it all the way down, you wait like 4 seconds, and then you just take it out. And that is it. You recap the pen, usually wipe it off again with the alcohol, and then you put the little thing back on, which allows you to take the needle off. Throw the needle away in the sharps container, which is over there. I should have had it next to me, but got my sharps container, put the stuff in there, and then I put this guy back in the fridge. And that is it. So this one I do around 7 o'clock at night, and then the one in the morning I do at 8 in the morning. I'll show you guys in the morning. And then tomorrow I have my appointment, so they're gonna check the progression and see how the injections have been affecting my eggs in uterus so far. Hey guys, I just woke up. So I'm gonna show you the morning one, the Menopur. Okay, so the first time you do it and you get all your stuff, it does look really intimidating, and it is kind of scary the first time you do it, and maybe even the second time, but you definitely get the hang of it. They show you everything in person, and then they send you home with a whole bunch of like physical copies of instructions and emailed instructions. And my personal favorite, they have tons of YouTube videos, so you can just watch them do it, and I will show you now. Okay, so the first thing we do is we take our syringe and we open it. Looks like this. Take a little cappy off. And then you take the caps of the Menopur and the sodium chloride off. And these are the ones that you have to mix. Take your little alcohol pad, wipe the tops off. And then you take this Q cap, which you put on the syringe to mix these. So you just twist that on there. You're supposed to pull this to the number 1 to put some air in there before you first inject it. So you take your sodium chloride and put that on there. You push the air in, then you flip it upside down and you pull it down until you get to the number 1. Then you take this guy off, throw that out, and then you take the Menopur, you push all the liquid inside of this one, and then you mix it. So you can just do this, or they told me to just do this. Just turn it slowly a couple times. And then once you mix it, you turn it upside down again, and you just pull the thing completely down to take out all the liquid from here, now that it's mixed. Then you pull this one off, make sure there's nothing left in there, throw that out, and then you are ready to put your little needle on, which is the one that you use to inject yourself with. It's very tiny. So this is the needle, it has a cap on it. You screw it onto the syringe with the liquid, and then you take the cap off, keep it here for later. And then you have to flick it a couple times, make sure there's no bubbles. And then you press this just a tiny bit to get the bubble out, I guess. And then you're ready to inject. Take the needle off, dispose of it in the sharps container, dispose of your syringe as well. Mwah. So I just got back from my appointment. Cat hair. My arm always looks crazy after I give blood. They took blood from me, and then we did a normal ultrasound. So you go in the room, you put your legs on the stirrups like you're doing a pap smear, and then they just do an ultrasound. The whole appointment only took like 20 minutes. They said that my eggs are still pretty small, which is to be expected since it's still the first 4 days. It is day 11. Day 11. Surprisingly, I feel completely fine. I don't have any bloating or anything. I have some bruising, but it looks worse than it is. Like it doesn't hurt at all or anything. So tomorrow is Wednesday. They said tomorrow will definitely be my last ultrasound appointment, where they just double check one more time and make sure my eggs are large enough for them to retrieve on Friday morning. They already sent me $500. They send you $500 the first day of your injections just for starting them, because there's still a small chance that your body won't react to the medication and you won't be able to be an egg donor. There's still a very small chance when you start them. So they send you $500 just for starting the medications, and then they're gonna send me the other $7,500, they said, within 3 days of my procedure. Hey guys, I'm leaving the office right now. It is day 12. I took my morning injection. I just got done with my ultrasound and they said that I am ready for retrieval Friday morning. So that means tonight I'm gonna take my trigger shot, which will stop me from naturally releasing my eggs. So excited. I feel completely fine, honestly. I definitely feel a little bloated, but not anything crazy. It's kind of just like right before you get your period. Okay, it's time for me to take my trigger shot. So Pregnol is the first one. I have to mix these two. So this is the liquid that you use to mix, and then this is a powder. Then you wipe them with alcohol. And then you turn it upside down, and you take 1 milliliter. Yeah, but... Oh, it doesn't hurt at all. Okay, that's fine. This one's easy. It's already done for you.
We're experts in this.
Hey guys. So it's been about, I don't know, 30 minutes since the procedure. I'm still on my way home. My dad drove me. He's just in the store right now. I definitely feel crampy. It feels like a pretty bad period. My stomach feels pretty sore, but I feel fine. They were able to retrieve 13 eggs. I think I had 20 follicles that were mature, I guess, but 13 eggs were viable, so that's really good. Everything's completely anonymous, so they don't tell you if the intended parents were able to conceive with the eggs, unfortunately. I wish you knew, but you don't. So I'll never know if there's a little me out there. So they deposited the money, and so she said it should clear by tomorrow morning, which is Saturday, or if not, it'll be by Monday. One thing I did want to say is that I feel like I made this whole experience seem like extremely chill and nonchalant. It's definitely a little, tough. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Like the injections, they do sting sometimes. You do feel, kind of bloated. It stinks that you can't really work out. I definitely, as soon as I left the procedure room, I did feel like pretty crampy and swollen in my lower abdomen. After I did the trigger shot, another thing, the area around, like on my stomach where I did the trigger shots, it did like feel pretty bruised and it was annoying. So don't take my word for it. Like, even though this experience was extremely, easy for me, that's not to say that it's easy for everyone. Everyone, reacts to medication differently. So I would definitely do your own research. Don't just, decide to do egg donation because you watched this video or anything. I'm not a medical professional by any means. There is risks, like I just wanted to make that clear that it's not the easiest thing in the world. So that is it. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, if there's anything I didn't answer, feel free to comment on this video.